Okay, so welcome to Gabriel's New Mexico recipes uh, and various cuisines. Tonight I am making red chili beef enchiladas. Um, for the chili, I'm going to make it with red chili, and I'm going to start with. I'm going to make ground. I'm going to fry my ground beef, and the extra fat that comes off of the ground beef, I'm going to mix with some butter and a little bit of oil to create enough juice to add some flour, make a roux. Then we're going to add extra hot red chili powder, and then cold water, and we're going to make red chili. Then with that red chili, we are going to fry some corn tortillas. We're going to add some cheese, some onions, and I'm going to add some onions to the ground beef also. But I kind of like fresh onions on the top also. So we are going to create, and we're going to make it a casserole also. It's going to be a red chili beef enchilada casserole. So that's where we're headed with this. I've already preheated this pan, so we're going to start right off the bat with the ground beef. I might have to cut some stuff real fast as we're going. So while this ground beef, I put a little bit of oil in the pan just to try to keep the ground beef from sticking. It's sticking a little bit because it was so hot, but as it starts to cook, it'll loosen up a little bit, and I think it's already doing that. So right off the bat to my ground beef, I add black pepper. This is a coarse ground black pepper. It's just whenever I make ground beef for tacos or enchiladas or whatever, I always like to add black pepper and garlic salt. And I will be adding some fresh garlic into it also. So that ground beef is starting to cook, so now I am on a time limit. So now I have to hustle and get some things cut up right away. I'm going to use onion. Okay, so I'm going to slice these up real fast. Quick little slice and then a quick little dice. You know, I may have made this video and put it up before, but my theory is I'm going to keep making recordings until I get like the really good ones that are really informative to everybody and help them out on how to prepare these dishes. I currently also have pozole over there cooking. Videos will be uploaded for that tomorrow, and videos for this will be uploaded tomorrow. Okay, so there are our onions. Oh, I'm almost there. And you know what? I would even go to the point to say This ground beef is cooked enough right now to throw those onions in. Give that a little bit. And while we are doing that, we will get some garlic in. A couple of cloves of garlic. So there's our garlic. So now let's make our red chili. One more stir, get some of that onion going in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all the ground beef up to one side, all the ground beef and onions up to one side. I'm going to tilt this pan down so that all the juice comes down. I don't think there's going to be a lot of juice. This actually is some lean ground beef. I'm going to get some juice. I turn down the heat. Actually, I'm going to turn it off for now. I'll turn it back on once I get the roux going. So see how I'm getting that juice to come out? Let me get where here it is. I need my Okay, so now I already know I'm going to put about at least probably 3 heaping tablespoons of flour. So I need enough juice in there to make the roux, and I can tell right off the bat I'm a little bit short. So I'm going to add some butter. Okay. If you dice it up, it'll melt faster. Okay. Now I will need my tablespoon. One. This bag doesn't want to cooperate. 2. And 3 heaping tablespoons of flour. So I'm going to mix that all up in the liquid. You know what? It is not liquid enough for me. I'm going to add just a touch of oil and get it back up onto that heat. What you're going to want with this flour and oil and butter and meat juice is to create a bubbling thing. I'm not really happy with that roux, so I'm just going to add a touch of water and make it a little bit more liquidy. There we go. Now what you're after with the roux is you want to get the smell of the flour coming up. Once you get that aroma of flour, that means it's sizzling the flour. Still a little bit more water. And I hate adding the water because it's cooling it down when I do that. It's cold. Okay, I can start smelling the flour coming up. So I'm just going to give it another minute or two. And I'm going to add my red chili. And what I'll do, I'll use that dirty one, I'll get my other one. Where is my other one? I don't see my other one, so I will have to use this one. One. Now you remember I put 3 of flour, I'm going to put 4 to 5 of chili. 3, 4, and I'm going 5. Okay. So now that roux down there, we're going to start mixing this chili in with that roux, with the ground beef. Everything's going to start mixing together, and right off the bat we're going to hit it with cold water. Now, the reason people have a difficulty with red chili powder is everybody will say, oh, you add flour, you make the roux, you do the chili and the ground beef, but nobody ever gives amounts. I like to give amounts so that people know what they're dealing with. So if you're doing cornstarch or flour, for 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, it will thicken 1 cup of water. Flour, it takes twice as much, so it means every 2 teaspoons will thicken a cup of water with like chili or whatever. But because I use 3 tablespoons of flour, that should thicken Let me do the math here. I know I need more water, so I just went for it right away. It's going to fill this thing. I'll have to add more water in a second. So 3 tablespoons of flour is 9 teaspoons, so it should take 4 cups of water, 4.5 cups of water. Right now I put in, if I finish this, it'll be about 4.5 cups of water. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to, so I'm just going to do it. Now, of course, they were heaping teaspoons because I kind of like it a little thick. So that's why I go heaping teaspoons. So I probably added a couple more teaspoons of flour. But this is going to thicken nicely. Okay, so now as you can see, I'm scraping the bottom. I have this flat spatula that I like to use, and it's really good at scraping everything off the bottom of the pan. People have mentioned, I think on the last time I did this, that I should use a whisk or something like that to stir it. No, because the flour and the chili tend to stick to the bottom, and I'm not going to waste time with that. I'm just going to scrape it right off and stir it into the mix. So this is the way I like to do it. So I'm going to break on this video now. Yep. Spillage. I'm going to break on this video now and let this chili simmer on low and thicken. So I had it on high the whole time. Now it's going on very, very low so that it can simmer and cook and thicken. And this is going to be the chili for the red chili beef enchiladas. I need to dice some more onions for the actual enchilada. I like it nice, lots of onions. I'll grate the cheese and we'll be ready to go. So this is the first video out of, I don't know, it might take 3.